And good morning from YLE News. The situation in Egypt remains tense ahead of a massive protest planned for today. Opposition leaders are calling on supporters to demonstrate in their millions after 8 days of demonstrations against President Hosni Mubarak. Crucially, the army has pledged not to use force against protesters.
Protesters are gathering in central Cairo today ahead of a demonstration against Mubarak's 30-year rule. The regime has cancelled train services across the country and shut down access to the internet in an attempt to stifle today's protests. Egyptians have responded by calling demonstrations in different cities across the country, with up to 1 million expected in Alexandria. Mubarak has announced political and economic reforms and shuffled his cabinet, but the concessions have been dismissed as inadequate by protesters inspired by the flight of Tunisia's leader Zine El Abidine Ben Ali after 24 years in power. Foreign powers and the Egyptian head of the Arab League have called for a peaceful transition as the protests gather strength. Israel has agreed for 800 Egyptian troops to move into the Sinai Peninsula to quell protests there in an effort to prop up Mubarak, an ally of Israel. However, the Egyptian army has announced that it will not target protesters, and security in much of the country is now in the hands of popular committees. Israel has warned that an Islamic group could take over the state if the protests go too far, although the Muslim Brotherhood is calling for free and fair elections rather than a takeover. Foreigners are leaving the country in chaotic scenes at airports in Cairo and tourist hubs. Finland has announced it will evacuate any citizens who would like to leave in a flight departing on Wednesday.
A Finnish naval ship has arrived in the Gulf of Aden to join an EU anti-piracy mission. The mine layer Pohjanmaa is taking part in the EU's Atalanta initiative, which aims to provide close support protection for vessels at risk of hijacking. It also intends to protect the World Food Programme's operations in Somalia and to monitor fishing activities off its coast. Here in Finland, a report released within the past hour confirms a link between the swine flu vaccine and cases of narcolepsy in children. The National Narcolepsy Panel's interim report suggests that the Pandemrix vaccination increases the risk of narcolepsy in children nearly tenfold. More than 50 Finnish children who were given the vaccine last winter subsequently came down with narcolepsy. The nation's highest-ranking physician, Risto Pelkonen, says these narcolepsy patients should be reimbursed by the state. Former Foreign Minister Ilkka Kanerva neglected to report at least 6,000 euros in campaign donations after the last election, reports Helsingin Sanomat. It compared data registered with the Prosecutor General's office and the Conservative MP's official declaration. The undeclared donors were the furniture chain Masku and the real estate developer Nova Group. Their CEOs are also suspected of splashing out large sums for Kanerva's lavish birthday celebrations. Vantaa City Council has voted to stop moves toward a proposed merger with Helsinki. The capital wanted to continue a feasibility study into a possible merger, but Vantaa councillors voted last night by a 2-to-1 margin to halt the research. Only councillors from the Conservative National Coalition Party wanted to pursue the project. Earlier in the evening, Helsinki councillors voted by an even wider margin to press ahead. Only the Swedish People's Party opposed the plan. A mostly dry day with sun peeking out in many areas. More snow moving into the west this evening, though. That'll start as scattered snowfall along the west coast, spreading throughout the south and west in the evening. Daytime temperatures in the south around 0, slightly chillier up north. Driving conditions becoming poor through most of the country tonight. Across Central Europe, mostly cloudy and cool, but dry, precipitation across many areas of Northern Europe as well as parts of the south. That's all from us. Visit our website at yle.fi/news.